Hola, ¿cómo están? Last time we talked about Honduras, we were talking about los pasatiempos, the pastimes. And we were talking about conjugating verbs. And so we listened to that song and it had o, as, a, amos, an. Do you remember that? Otra vez, o, as, a, amos, an. So as we go through this chapter today, I want you to be listening for those endings, okay, and see how they change for the different people that we're talking about. If we're talking about I, then our verb is going to end with the letter O. If we're talking about you, our verb is going to end with AS. If we're talking about he or she, we're going to use an A. If we're talking about we, we're going to use the ending amos. And if we're talking about they, we're going to use the ending an, A-N. So watch for those as we talk about this next chapter on la escuela, school. La escuela. Here we go. Dice, ¿con quién juegas? Who are you playing with? Check out this ending, as, as. O as, a, amos, an. Who are you playing with? And look at the answer. Yo juego, I'm playing with. Yo juego a las esconditas, I'm playing hide and seek, con Jorge y Julián. She's playing hide and seek with Jorge and Julián. Yo juego a las carreras con Lucita y Julio. He's playing a running game, racing, Lucita and Julio. Jorge juega con Julio. Lots of J's going on. Jorge juega con Julio. Check out the ending there. If we're saying he or she, our verb is going to end with an A. Jorge juega con Julio. Juana juega con Julián. Juntos jugamos. There's our ending for we. Together we play los jueves. Do you remember what day of the week jueves is? Thursday. Jorge, Julio, Juana, y Julián. So Jorge is playing with Julio. Juana is playing with Julián. Together we play on Thursdays. Jorge, Julio, Juana, y Julián. Woof! Lots of h sound when we see that letter J in Spanish. We say it like a h. Jorge juega con Julio. Excelente. Un día en la escuela. Por la mañana, yo saludo, check out that ending, yo saludo a mis compañeros y organizo, check out that ending, mis útiles escolares. So it says, in the morning, I greet my classmates, saludo a mis compañeros, and what do you think that one means? I organize my school supplies. So here she is greeting her classmates. Hola, Lucita. En las clases, yo uso, see how it always ends with an O if we're talking about I? En las clases, yo uso lápices, reglas, y libros. In my classes, I use pencils, rulers, and books. Primero, yo estudio, check it out, still ending with an O. Yo estudio matemáticas. First, I study math. Después, yo estudio ciencias sociales. Next, I study social studies. Al mediodía, yo almuerzo, still ending with an O, en la cafetería. At noon, I eat lunch in the cafeteria. Por la tarde, yo estudio español. In the afternoon, I study Spanish. Me gusta la clase de español. Por supuesto. I like Spanish class, she says. Of course she does. Muy bien, repiten por favor. Compañeros. Compañeros are classmates. Reglas. Rulers. Matemáticas. Math. Lápices. Pencils. Por la mañana. In the morning. Por la tarde. In the afternoon. Let's see if we can completa. Fill in the blanks. Complete these sentences. En la escuela yo uso y libros. What were the two things that you use in school? En la escuela yo uso lápices, reglas, y libros. In school I use pencils, rulers, and books. Bueno, número 2. Yo saludo a mis de la escuela. At some time, I greet my from school. When do you greet people? Por la mañana, that one was too big to fit. Por la mañana, yo saludo a mis, I say hi to my compañeros de la escuela. In the morning, I greet my classmates. Número 3. Mi primera clase es. My first class is. Mi primera clase es matemáticas, math. And número 4. Yo estudio español por la tarde. I study Spanish in the afternoon. Muy bien. La gente joven. So we're going to talk about the G and the J sound in Spanish. It's a little bit tricky. A J in Spanish always sounds kind of like an H with a cold to us. It sounds like okay, so J always makes that sound. It never makes a J sound in Spanish. But the letter G, it depends on what vowel it's next to. If you see the letter G next to an E or an I, then it's going to make that same sound that a J makes. But if you see a letter G next to an A or an O or a U, it's going to make a hard G sound. Okay, so it gets a little bit confusing. If it's next to E or I, we say it's a soft G sound and it sounds like sounds like a J. But if it's next to A, O, or U, it's going to make a hard G sound. It's going to sound like G. So let's read some of these sentences here so you can hear what it sounds like. It says, La gente estudia geografía. So in that word, geografía, we had GE. It's a soft G, but GR, hard G, geografía. El gemelo es generoso. Okay, so when it's next to E's, the G is going to make a soft sound. So it says, the people study geography. The twin is generous. The sentences don't make much sense. We're just practicing lots of G sounds here. La gente estudia geografía. El gemelo es generoso. Gisela hace gimnasia en el gimnasio. So this is a girl's name. Gisela does gymnastics in the gymnasium. Gisela hace gimnasia en el gimnasio. El girasol es gigante. So there's another one with two G's. First one is next to an I, so it's a soft G sound, gi, but the second G is next to an A, so it's a hard G sound, gigante. El girasol es gigante, means the sunflower is gigantic. La jirafa es joven. The giraffe is young. So that's a tricky one because giraffe in Spanish is spelled with a J, not with a G like it is in English. La jirafa es joven. Los jueves jugamos juegos juntos. Uf, lots of J's. On Thursdays we play games together. Los jueves jugamos juegos juntos. So in Spanish, those two letters are a little tricky to spell. So a lot of times people will switch those around. They'll spell words with a J that should be with a G, or they'll spell words with a G that should be with a J. That's a tricky thing because they can sound almost identical. So let's see if we can figure out what letter should be here for number 1. Should it be a G or a J for gigante? It's a G. Gigante, gigantic. How about joven, young? Joven is a J. Joven. How about juegos, games? J. How about gemelo, twin? G. How about jirafa, giraffe? I think that's the hardest one. It's a J, but for us it would be a G, so it's tricky. How about girasol, sunflower? G. So there's no hints from how it sounds. They all sound exactly like jirafa and gemelo and gigante and girasol. They all sound the same, even though they're spelled with 2 different letters. So it's very, very tricky to get G's and J's correct in Spanish. But don't worry, if you spell words wrong, even native Spanish speakers get those 2 mixed up sometimes. It's okay. All right, try saying these ones. Genio is a genie. Genio. It's also a genius. Gigante is a giant. Gigante. General, a general. General. Jirafa, giraffe. And gelatina, gelatin. Okay, so tricky, tricky, tricky. Muy bien. Las matemáticas de los mayas. So the Mayan people are the people who used to live in Honduras a long time ago, about 1,000 years ago, and before that even. Before the people from Spain came along and taught everyone Spanish, there were Mayan people who spoke their own language called Mayan, and they had their own culture. And the Mayan people were super good at 2 things. They were really, really good at math and really, really good at studying the stars. And so, since they were good at studying the stars, they figured out a calendar. They figured out that the stars and the planets and the moon and things always came back to the same place in the sky. And so they made the first calendar that was really, really, really accurate. It's actually more accurate than the calendar that we use. The calendar that we use, we have to do a leap year every 4 years. We are off by 24 hours every 4 years. So we have to add an extra day. You know how we get like February 29th every 4 years. But in the Mayan calendar, they didn't have to do that. They are so precise, they don't even need the leap year day every 4 years. So they're really, really good at that. So here's 2 things that they invented. El calendario maya tiene 365 días. The Mayan calendar has 365 days. And estos son los números mayas. So this is how Mayan people wrote numbers. Now, something cool that the Mayans invented was the number 0. Nobody else thought about using the number 0 before. They were just like, well, if I have 0 of something, I don't even need to talk about it. So why have a number for that? But it was the Mayans that figured out that you can use the number 0 as a placeholder. And so it is really important. It doesn't just mean you have nothing. It might just mean you have nothing in the tens column, for example. But then that gave them the freedom to write numbers like 20 or 100 because they could have those zeros in the placeholder spot. So 1 is 1 dot, 2 is 2 dots, 3 is 3 dots, and 4 is 4 dots. And then they made a line for 5. So if you wanted to make 6, it's line plus dot, 5 plus 1. 7 is line plus 2 dots, so on and so forth. Okay, and 10 is 2 lines, makes sense. 15 is 3 lines, and then 20 is a dot, and then there's your circle placeholder for 0. Okay, and so then if you want to do 21, they make like a separation between the dots a little bit more of a separation than if you did a dot and a line. And you keep going in that pattern. So that's how the Mayans would write numbers. So they were the first to figure out the idea of having a number 0. Pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can fill in the blanks down here. Dice completa, complete. Número, number. Matemáticas, math. Calendario, all cognate words, words that look like English words. Número, matemáticas, calendario. Las mayas tienen un calendario de 365 días. The Mayans have a calendar that is 365 days. Dot dot es un número maya. That's a Mayan number. Es un número maya. Y las matemáticas son importantes para los mayas. The math is something important to the Mayan people. Muy bien. How about this question? ¿Cómo se escribe 12 in Maya? How would you write 12 in Mayan? ¿Cómo se escribe 12? 2 lines, 2 dots. Right here. 2 lines, 2 dots. So 2 lines for 10. Each line is worth 5, and then 2 dots for the 2. ¿Cómo se escribe la fecha de hoy in Maya? How would you write today's date? Think you can figure it out? See if you can do that one on your own. Muy bien, let's keep going and we'll talk about las actividades culturales. Dice, hola Ernesto, ¿te divierte tocar tu trompeta? She says, hi Ernesto, are you having fun playing your trumpet? And he says, sí, me divierte. ¿Y a ti te divierte leer libros? He says, yes, I'm having fun. And you, are you having fun reading your books? And she says, sí, me divierte. Remember last time we had the word divertido, means fun. That's an adjective. This time it's a verb, means are you having fun? Are you having fun? And it's kind of like me gusta. Remember those words? Me gusta and no me gusta. I like and I don't like. It's kind of a similar idea. You say me divierte, I'm having fun, or te divierte, are you having fun? Okay? Bueno. ¿Qué te divierte? What makes you have fun? ¿Qué te divierte? So this guy says, me divierte tocar la trompeta. He says, I have fun playing the trumpet. And she says, me divierte leer libros. I have fun reading books. So you could say, me divierte jugar baloncesto. I have fun playing basketball. Or me divierte estudiar español. I have fun learning Spanish. Something like that. Las clases de guitarra. Okay, we've got Lucila and Juan. Lucila says, ¿qué te gusta hacer por la tarde después de la escuela? What do you like to do? Hacer is to do. What do you like to do in the afternoon? Remember those words, por la tarde. Después, after la escuela, después de la escuela, after school. Juan says, después de la escuela, me gusta tocar la guitarra. After school, I like to play the guitar. Lucita says, es divertido tocar la guitarra. Is it, do you remember that word, divertida? Is it fun to play the guitar? Juan says, sí, es muy divertido. Yes, it's very fun. Te invito a mi clase de guitarra. I invite you to my guitar class. Alana says, qué bien toca la guitarra, Juan. You play the guitar so well, Juan. ¿Quieres tocar la guitarra como él? Do you want to play the guitar like him? Lucita says, sí, yo quiero tocar la guitarra como Juan. Yes, I would like to play the guitar like Juan. And Alana says, habla con el maestro. You should talk to the teacher. So Alana says, qué bonito concierto. What a beautiful concert. Tocas muy bien la guitarra. You play the guitar very well. Juan says, gracias, thank you. Lucita says, es difícil tocar la guitarra? Is it, do you remember that word, difícil? Is it difficult to play the guitar? Maestro, the teacher says, no, no es muy difícil. It's not very difficult. Es fácil. It's easy. Yo te enseño. I can teach you. And Nusita says, gracias. Thank you. Okay, so big long conversation all in Spanish. You can understand a lot of those words. A lot of the words are cognate words, so they look like English. Words like clases and guitarra and difícil look like words in English, and so that helps us to be able to read those words. And then there's other words that are vocabulary words that we've learned, like divertido. We can say that over and over again, or difícil or fácil. And then you put it all together and you can read in Spanish. So those cognate words help us out a lot. Bueno, let's see if we can fill in these blanks here. Repiten, por favor. Say these after me. Toca, tocar, por la tarde, divertido. So toca, that's a verb that's conjugated. It ends in the letter A, so it means he or she plays. Plays not like plays sports, but plays as in like plays an instrument. And then tocar means to play. To play. That's not conjugated. We didn't change the endings. We just left the ending on there. Por la tarde means in the afternoon. And divertido means fun. Let's see if we can figure out which words go in the blanks here. Después de la escuela, a Juan le gusta la guitarra. After school, Juan likes, we want to say to play the guitar, tocar la guitarra. We don't want to say Juan likes, he plays the guitar. That doesn't make sense. We want to say he likes to play the guitar. Después de la escuela, a Juan le gusta tocar la guitarra. How about número dos? Juan tiene clase de guitarra. Juan has guitar class when? Por la tarde, in the afternoon. Juan tiene clase de guitarra por la tarde. ¡Qué bien! La guitarra, Juan. How well Juan does what to the guitar? He plays. ¡Qué bien toca la guitarra, Juan! Juan plays the guitar very well. Tocar la guitarra es, what do we have left? Divertido. Playing the guitar is fun. Playing the guitar is fun. Muy bien. Qué divertido. Okay, see if we can understand this whole conversation. How fun. Qué divertido. And as we read, we're going to pay attention to the punctuation marks happening here. Lina says, ¿Tocas el tambor con la banda? Do you play the drum with the band? José says, Sí, yo toco el tambor. Hoy tengo un concierto. He says, Yes, I play the drum. Today I have what do you think? A concert. Lina says, Qué divertido. How fun. José says, Me divierte mucho tocar el tambor con la banda. Do you remember what that me divierte means? I have a lot of fun playing the drum with the band. José says, ¿Qué te divierte? How do you have fun? Lina says, Me divierte jugar baloncesto. I have fun doing what? Playing basketball. ¿Quieres jugar después del concierto? Do you want to play after the concert? José says, Sí quiero jugar, pero no puedo. He says, I want to play, but I can't. Tengo que estudiar. I have to study. Lina says, Otro día jugamos. We can play another day. And Jose says, Adios. Okay, so did you notice that in Spanish we use upside down question marks and upside down exclamation points? That's just so that when you're reading along, like I was just reading, you don't have to guess if this is a question or if this is an exclamation. You just talk. Okay, so that helps us out, and we know that a question is a question right from the very beginning. Okay, but if it's just a period at the end of a sentence, we don't put a period at the beginning or the end. If you don't see something at the beginning, then you can just kind of know, oh, this must be a sentence with a period. But if you see an exclamation point or if you see a question mark, you don't have to read all the way to the end of the sentence before you figure out that it's a question. Okay? So let's look down here. Which one has the correct punctuation? We've got tocas el tambor with question marks or tocas el tambor exclamation point. Which one is right? A or B? A is right. It's a question. Do you play the drum? Tocas al tambor? Tocas el tambor? Okay. How about number 2? Which one has the right punctuation? Que divertido with exclamation points on both sides or que divertido means how fun. A or B? A, because we have the punctuation on both sides and it's not a question. We're not asking how fun. We're saying how fun. Yay. How about number 3? Me divierte tocar el tambor or me divierte tocar el tambor? Is it a question or is it an exclamation? It means I have fun playing the drum. Is it a question? It's not a question. It's a statement, an exclamation. He's saying, I have fun playing the drum. Me divierte tocar el tambor. Okay. Muy bien. Bueno, escucha las palabras. Listen to these words. ¿Son similares o diferentes? Are they similar to English or different? ¿Son similares o diferentes? Which ones are cognates? We're looking for the cognate words. How about fútbol? That's a tricky one. It does sound like an English word, but it does not sound like the word that it means. Fútbol doesn't mean American football, it means soccer. How about televisión? Similar, that's a cognate word, television. Concierto? Similar means concert. How about películas? Does that sound like an English word? It means movies. So that's not a cognate word, películas. How about tambores? Kind of sounds like the word tambourine. It's where we get the word tambourine from, but tambores means drums. So not quite like English. How about guitarra? Similar. Guitarra means guitar. It actually comes from Spanish. We get that word. Spain is the first people to have invented the guitar, so they got to name it. And we just use that same name in English almost. Okay, down here we have some sentences, but they're not in the correct order. We've got es jugar divertido fútbol. It's to play fun soccer. That's not right. We got to put these words in the right order. So we want to start with es divertido jugar fútbol. It's fun to play soccer. The words go in the same order in Spanish as they do in English. It's fun to play soccer. How about this next sentence? Divertido ver es la televisión. What are we going to start with? Es divertido. It's fun to do what? Ver la televisión. Es divertido ver la televisión. It's fun to watch TV. Now the next one is a question. Un concierto oír te divierte? What are we going to start with? Definitely going to start with te divierte because that's where we see the upside down question mark. And we're going to end with un concierto, so oír in the middle. ¿Te divierte oír un concierto? Do you have fun listening to a concert? ¿Te divierte oír un concierto? Okay, how about the last one? Películas divierte verte. How are we going to start? Te divierte. How are we going to finish? ver películas? ¿Te divierte ver películas? Do you have fun watching movies? ¿Te divierte ver películas? Muy bien. Here's una invitación. Una invitación. Dice, lee la invitación. Read this invitation. Hola, Alana y Kai. Les invito a una celebración en mi comunidad. Yo toco la guitarra en un concierto en la escuela. El concierto es el miércoles en el gimnasio. Hasta luego, José. Okay, lots of cognate words in there, so I bet you can understand what this invitation says. It says, hello, Alana y Kai. I invite you, los invito, to a celebration in my community. I'm playing the guitar in a concert in school. The concert is on what day? Wednesday. Where? In the gym. See you later, Jose. All right, let's see if we can fill in the blanks down here with these words. We've got all cognate words. Celebración, invitación, guitarra, concierto, gimnasio. Let's see if we can put those cognates in the right place. José toca la guitarra. José plays the guitar. José toca la guitarra en un... He's playing the guitar in a concierto, in a concert. El concierto es en el something de la escuela. Where's the concert? El concierto es en el gimnasio de la escuela. It's in the gymnasium of the school. Alana y Kai van a una, they're going to a celebración en la comunidad de José. They're going to a celebration in José's community. Alana y Kai leen la invitación. Alana y Kai read the invitation para el concierto. Muy bien. Bueno, let's have a look at some workbook pages. So, we're going to open up, abran el libro a la página 3. Página 3, page 3. Dice, lee las pistas, completa el crucigrama. We have a crossword puzzle here. It says, read the clues and then complete the crossword puzzle. So here's our word bank. We've got matemáticas, math, sociales, social, like social studies, compañeros, classmates, lápices, pencils, mediodía, noon, reglas, rulers, mañana, morning, and tarde, afternoon. Okay, let's see what fits here. Número 1. Mis something de clase y yo aprendemos español. They did this one for us already. Number 1 going down. Mis compañeros de clase y yo aprendemos español. My classmates and I, we learn Spanish. All right, how about número 2? Yo uso, what are these things? Yo uso lápices en mis clases. I use pencils in my classes. And we're going to do number 2, número 2, going down. So here's how we spell lápices. L, A con acento. We want to do an A with an accent mark so that it says lápices. Okay, that's where we put the emphasis. P, I, C, E, S. Lápices. Lápices. Okay, how about número 3? Por la something, yo juego fútbol. Does he play football in the morning or in the afternoon? Here's our clock, says 3 o'clock. Por la tarde. Tarde. So we're going to come down here to number 3. Going down, we've got te, a, ere, de, e. Tarde. Por la tarde, yo juego fútbol. In the afternoon, I play soccer. Okay, número 4. Yo uso, what are those things? Yo uso reglas en las clases. I use rulers in my classes. So we're going to come over here to número 4. Going down, we've got R, E, G, L, A, S. Reglas. Reglas. Número 5. Yo estudio. I study. What is he studying? Yo estudio matemáticas. So we got this big long word, número 5, going across. They already did the M. So we've got A, T, E, M. We've already got our A with an accent mark. T, I, C, A, S. Matemáticas. Matemáticas. Hear how that A with the accent mark is a little bit stronger than the other syllables? Matemáticas. Matemáticas. Yo estudio matemáticas. Bueno, número 6. Por la something, yo saludo a mi maestra. So this time it's 7 o'clock. Por la mañana, in the morning, I greet my teacher. Por la mañana. Let's put that one in down here for número 6. Going across, we've got M, A. We already have ñ for mañana. A, N, A. Mañana. Por la mañana, yo saludo a mi maestra. In the morning, I say hi to my teacher. Número 7. Me gusta la clase de ciencias sociales, social studies. I like my social studies class. Let's fill that one out. Número 7 going across. We already have the S. We're going to go O, C, I. Already have an A. L, E. Already have an S. Sociales. And last but not least, número 8, al something, almuerzo en la cafetería. What time is it? At noon. Al mediodía. Medio means half, día means day, so half day is noon. Mediodía, almuerzo en la cafetería. At noon, I eat lunch in the cafeteria. So let's write mediodía in this last one here, número 8. We've got M, E, D, I, O. We already have the next D. E with an accent mark on it. And A. Mediodía. Hear how it's a little bit stronger on that accent mark? Mediodía. Muy bien. Turn the page. Let's see if we can label all these with our J and G words. So this guy is a gigante. What is this stuff? This stuff is gelatina, gelatin. Gelatina. Who's this guy? He's a genio, a genie, genio. How about these two? They look exactly the same. They are gemelos, twins. Gemelos. Gemelos. How about this guy? He's in the army. He's a general. General, general. And this one is a day of the week. Miércoles, jueves, viernes, Thursday, jueves. Okay, how about these? These are the really tricky ones. We have to decide, is it going to be with a J or with a G? So we need jugar, to play. J or G? J. Jirafa is the tricky one that we do G, but in Spanish they do J. Jirafa. A girasol is a sunflower. In Spanish that's with a G. And the last one, juntos, means together. In Spanish they spell it with a J. Juntos. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Muy bien. Let's go on to the next page. Página 5. Page 5 is a word search. So we're looking for the word guitarra, guitar. Invito, I invite. Música, music. Hacer, to do. Enseño, I teach. Tocar, to play, like to play an instrument. Difícil, difficult. Fácil, easy. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to pause, find all the words, and then when you found them all, you can unpause and see if you got all the right ones. Okay, so pause and come right back when you found them all. All right, here we go. They did guitarra for us already. That one's already there. So we got invito, música, hacer, enseño, tocar, difícil, and fácil. Muy bien. Let's do one more page, página 6. So it says, lee la invitación, read the invitation, escoge la respuesta correcta, and then we're going to choose the right answer. So let's read this invitation and see if we can find lots of cognate words in here. Hola, compañeros de clase. Los invito a una celebración divertida esta semana. Yo toco en un concierto con mi banda en la escuela. Yo toco el tambor. Mi hermano toca la trompeta y Ángela toca la guitarra. La música es muy bonita. El concierto es el viernes por la tarde en el gimnasio. Un saludo, Julieta. Could you understand the invitation? It says, hello, classmates. I invite you to a fun celebration this week. I'm playing in a concert with my band at school. I play the drum. My brother plays the trumpet, and Angela plays the guitar. The music is very pretty. The concert is on Friday afternoon in the gym. Hi, Julieta. Okay, so, ¿dónde es el concierto? Where's the concert? En el gimnasio. It's in the gym. How about Julieta invita a la celebración? Julieta invites her what to come to the celebration? Her hermanos, her compañeros, or her maestros? Her compañeros, her classmates. She invites her classmates to the celebration. Julieta toca. What does Julieta play? She's the one that wrote the invitation. Julieta toca el tambor, la guitarra, or la trompeta. Julieta toca el tambor. She plays the drum. Número 4. El concierto es what day? El concierto es jueves, sábado, viernes. Es el viernes. It's on Friday. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to escribe las palabras de la invitación que son similares en español y en inglés. We're going to write the words from the invitation that are similar in Spanish and English. We're going to write down all our cognate words. So they started with the word invito. I invite. Looks like the word invite, right? So let's look up here. We've got hola compañeros de clase. Les invito a una, how about this word? Celebración. Does that look like an English word? That's a cognate. Let's write that one down. Celebración. Divertida esta semana. I invite you to a fun celebration this week. Yo toco en un concierto. How about that word, concierto? Looks like concert. Yo toco en un concierto con mi banda. Does that look like an English word? Banda, band, en la escuela. Yo toco el tambor. Mi hermano toca la, how about this word, trompeta. Does that look like English? Trompeta, trumpet. Y Ángela toca la guitarra. How about the word guitarra? Looks like guitar. La música, how about the word música? Music es muy bonita, it's very pretty. El concierto, we already wrote that word, concierto, es el viernes por la tarde en el gimnasio. How about the word gimnasio? Means gymnasium, looks like English. Okay, so lots of cognate words. Those cognate words help us out a lot. They help us to be able to understand Spanish a lot faster. Excelente! So next time we're going to finish up talking about escuela and Honduras. So we will wrap up this unit next time. Muy bien. Hasta luego. Ciao.